Hey everyone, it's Sylvie, and today I want to share something that I think will resonate with anyone who's ever thought about starting a YouTube channel. I am sharing the 5 things that I wish I knew before starting my channel, especially starting later in life like I did at age 53. I started my YouTube channel not too long ago, maybe just a little bit over 2 months now, but I've learned some lessons along the way, and if this can help even one person feel a little bit more prepared, then it's totally worth it. So let's get into it. Okay, so lesson number one is that it takes way more time than I thought. So my videos are pretty simple and they don't have a lot of complicated editing or effects. But even with that simplicity, it still takes a good amount of time to get everything filmed and edited. And not just a little bit of time. I have spent entire days editing just one short video because I'm still learning the best way to do things, and honestly, I do think that it's a skill in itself. Now, there's a trend these days towards unedited off the cuff videos, and they probably do save a lot of time and also feel more authentic that way. But I always thought turning on the camera and speaking freely would be easy, but it's been it's been more challenging than I had anticipated. When I try to speak without preparation, then my mind just goes blank after a sentence or two, and that's why I still rely on bullet points to keep my thoughts organized and to ensure that I remember what I want to talk about. I have so many ideas for videos that I want to make, but with only one day a week to work on YouTube due to juggling 2 jobs, I often find myself wondering on that one day, do I rest today, or do I clean my house, or do I try to squeeze in some time for my channel today? So sometimes I end up not creating at all because I feel like I don't have time, or more so energy. And that's why I wanted to post this video today, to commit myself to making content consistently. Now, managing 2 jobs and finding the energy to create content every week is definitely a challenge for me. I want to post once a week or maybe every other week, but when a great idea strikes and I can't dedicate the time to create it, I hesitate. But they say that a published video is better than no video when it comes to creating content, so just start. I tell myself that if you want change in your life but you don't do anything differently, then life will just stay the same. And if staying stuck feels more comfortable to you than putting in the effort to change, then things will never change. But when you reach a point where staying comfortable becomes unbearable, that's when you'll take action. And so think of your why. What is the reason that you started your channel in the first place? My why is that I do need change. I want to create a life that I enjoy, where I don't have to ask for time off and being denied, and where I'm not micromanaged, and where I do have freedom of time to create and spend my time and efforts on my passions, and just not have someone else in control of my life. And lesson number 2 is that speaking to the camera is not as natural as you may think. One of the hardest parts, for me at least, is that when you're talking to a camera, there is no immediate feedback or reaction. So you're just never really sure if your message is coming across. And it can feel really awkward because you're just staring into this little lens. And I haven't quite gotten used to it yet, and it doesn't feel natural, but I found that imagining that if you're talking to a specific person, someone that helps me feel more connected and makes the conversation flow a little bit easier. It's something that I'm working on, and I know, or at least I hope, that it will get better with time. And then number 3, comparison will drive you crazy. I'll be honest, this is something that also I'm really working on. Just today, I saw some other channels that started around the same time as me, and they're growing so fast. Some have already hit 500 subscribers or more, and I'm nowhere near. So I think it's natural to wonder, am I doing something wrong? Or why isn't this happening for me? I remember one evening that I was scrolling through YouTube, and I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed seeing channels with so many subscribers, and it really made me question if my content was good enough. But then I realized that my unique perspective is exactly what makes my channel special. So I really have to remind myself that everyone's journey is different. Some people may grow faster, but that doesn't take away from the value of what I am creating. It doesn't mean that I'm not doing well. And what matters most is that I'm staying true to myself and building something that I am proud of. So if you're in the same boat, whether it's with YouTube or maybe something else, just try not to get caught up in the comparison game. Your progress is your progress, and as long as you're moving forward, you're on the right path. We're all on this journey together. Lesson number 4 is that it's totally okay to start small. When I first started my video, I had 0 subscribers and I felt, well, a little bit intimidated. And there is this moment where you think, is anyone even going to watch this? But I also had to remind myself that everyone starts somewhere. It's so easy to look at bigger channels and think, wow, they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but guess what? They all started at 0 too. So I realized that numbers really don't define the value of what I'm creating. What matters more is the content I'm putting out there and the connections that I'm making with people. And honestly, to tell you, those early subscribers, the one that find you when you're just starting out, those are some of the best connections that you'll make because they're following you for you and not just because you're already successful. So don't let the numbers scare you off. Starting small is part of the process and it's perfectly okay. Published is better than not when it comes to creating videos, so just start. And lastly, lesson number 5 is that you'll figure it out as you go. When I first started, I didn't know the first thing about video editing. I knew how to film with my camera, but beyond that, nothing. And let's be honest, I still have a lot to learn. But here's the thing, that every video I make teaches me something new. Maybe I'll learn a new editing trick, or I figure out how maybe to film in a way that feels more natural. You don't have to have everything figured out from day one. If I had waited until I knew exactly how to edit or film videos, I might still be waiting. So the key is to start, and the rest will really fall into place over time. Each step that you take, even the messy ones, moves you forward. So if you are hesitating because you feel like you're not ready yet, trust me that you'll learn as you go. And to be honest, that is really part of the fun. Alright, those are the 5 things that I wish I knew before starting my YouTube channel. What about you? If you're thinking of starting something new, whether it is YouTube or something completely different, what's holding you back? Let me know in the comments and let's chat about it. I hope these little lessons gave you some insight or encouragement if you're thinking about starting, something new. I do wish I had a nicer background at home, but I am working on that soon. In the meantime, let's focus on creating content together. Trust me that every step we take is worth it. If you enjoyed this, be sure to check out some of my other videos for more tips, some stories, and behind the scenes fun. And as always, thank you so much for watching and for being a part of this journey with me, and I'll see you next time.